Thank you very much for being here. One of the things that you have to understand that elections are about choices. The two candidates running for mayor could not be more distinct or different for a lot of reasons, including background, experience, all those other things that you really need to have to go ahead and be a qualified individual who can provide leadership to the council and to the city. The mayor's position is a chief elected position. He represents the city. He also is out there working on behalf of all the citizens, and you have to have a working relationship with other organizations. I have been the president of the League of California Cities San Diego Division. I was the chair and co-chair and vice chair of the SANDAG board. I sat on that SANDAG board for 25 years until I was removed recently. I have served on CalCog, which is an organization called the California Council of Governments. I was the president and served on that for 8 years. CalCog represents all 58 counties and 428 cities in the state. I've served in the U.S. Conference of Mayors National Water Task Force. I served on the National League of Cities. Those are the kinds of activities that your elected official has got to invest time and take the responsibility of representing the cities. Now, because of all those activities and because I've been exposed to a number of other programs, I have been able to go ahead and identify $12 million in grants that we have received. We received those because we went ahead and talked to staff, talked to other individuals who were applying for those grants, became very, very competitive, and we've done that. I've had the privilege of being your mayor for 24 years, and I think if you look at all the qualifications in the background, you'll find out who's the best qualified candidate for mayor. Thank you for being here tonight.
This is the third forum that we've all attended, and by far it's been, I think, the best. There were great questions, more people here, and I don't mean to be rude or kind of sound disrespectful, but in some of the other ones I felt like I was in a Miss America pageant. Certainly not the looks, but the questions. Candidate number one, what do you want? I want world peace and happiness. Miss California, what would you like? I want world peace and happiness. Miss New Jersey, what do you want? I want peace and happiness. A lot of what we're saying is the same thing. We want a vital, vibrant city of Mesa. We want everybody to be safe. We want good roads. We want all these things. But what you have to come down and learn is to research each of us. What skills do each of us have that will differentiate us from the others? I believe my skill of 30 years working with volunteer organizations, with charities, gives me the ability to bring people together to accomplish things. My years on the Planning Commission also helped me understand what goes on in the city, what we need to focus on. My 30 years of running a business in La Mesa gives me the expertise of knowing how to run a budget, how to do marketing, how to hire, how to fire, which is seriously needed in the city council. Not the firing part, not necessarily the hiring, but to follow a budget, to see how things run, and to market the city. These are skills that I have and I've developed. Again, 50 years in La Mesa doesn't mean much if I haven't done anything with those 50 years. But I have spent my time working with scouting organizations, girls clubs, a variety of things to help our youth participate and grow. I've taught youth how to kayak, how to rock climb. We've taken them to the mud caves. We've taken them out in the desert, a variety of activities because we have a role to help the youth grow and develop. And again, that's where my expertise is lying in. So I hope when the time comes that you research who the candidates, I hope my background, skills, and what I've done will help in your decision. Thank you so much. Besides, I'm the only guy running, so.
It's a good one, guys. Well, I've been here for 33 years. I've seen a lot of change. One thing I haven't seen is this church diminish in any way, and I see it's strong, and I'd like to thank our hosts. I appreciate the forum. The last time I was in this room was 14 years ago, picking up my youngest son from preschool. So I thank you for all the work that you do for our community. I want to make a difference in La Mesa. I decided to run because I've been involved with youth sports in this community for many years. I've been the president of Little Leagues. I've gone all the way up in the ranks to where I am now an assistant district administrator. I've gone to the conventions to talk about rules for Little League to protect children. I want to use my skills as an attorney to advocate for the citizens of La Mesa in the daily ongoings and business of La Mesa. I've been a member of a law firm. I started with the firm. It was only the second job I got out of law school. I've grown with the firm. We've gone from 4 attorneys to now 26 attorneys. We have offices in 3 cities. We have over 50 employees. I know how to look at budgets. I know how to retain employees. I am a businessman in addition to an attorney. I not only represent people, I represent myself, my family, my employees, and I hope to represent you as well. Thank you.
Well, thank you again for being here. You're going to hear that from all of us because we know how hard it is to get out. I'm a native Californian, graduated from Hoover High School, also Woodrow Wilson Junior High, so I've been around. My family and I moved to Lemon Grove in 1963, so I've been in East County since then. I worked on the chamber in Lemon Grove, and then I ran for Lemon Grove City Council in 2000, and I served for 12 years. So I retired in 2012 from working with people in Lemon Grove, tackling issues that are not unusual for local governments. I came over here in 2008 and was tasked with building the new La Mesa Chamber of Commerce, which is my heart. I love working with the businesses, getting the business community involved, spotlighting the businesses, because the business is the engine that's going to make the train run, because we need the retail, we need the sales tax to do all the things that you all want. You want roads, that costs money, we need to get that. We want police, we want to be safe. Sales tax and property tax are the engine that's going to drive that for you. I love the fact that we can create things with the chamber, bring people out to see businesses and spotlight what services they have. I think that's very important. I'm committed to making sure that a La Mesa dollar, I would love to see it stay in La Mesa. I'd like it to change hands a couple of times, because I think it's really important that dollar stays in La Mesa and rotates. Then we've got some synergy going ourselves, and the economy is very good or growing. I think that we need to make sure that our businesses are competitive. The reason is so that they will flourish. People will move here, have their business, come here and invest some money, because then we'll have some goods and services that we can all go to, they provide for us, and we'll have a great community. So I thank you for being here. I see the little red, and I'd be honored for your vote on November 4th.
It's exciting to see so many people out tonight. This is a good turnout. There are a lot of people heavily invested in La Mesa, and thanks for coming out. It means a lot to me. It's something that's important to me. I've tried to tell you why I'm different from the other candidates and why you should vote for me. I really believe that there's a small slice of La Mesa represented on the City Council right now, and I want to represent the other 57,000 that are out there. And let me tell you, they're spending a ton of money trying to get your vote. And I'm a grassroots candidate. I think that you don't have to have a business on the boulevard to be important. That I hope you will come down to the council and take part in it, because it's a worthwhile endeavor. I have nothing against businesses. I understand business. I ran a catering company for a long time, but I will represent the little guy. I'll represent all the neighborhoods around, and I will look out for you. I would say I'm in 3rd place right now, but I think I can go first. To do that, what I need are people that believe in me, that want to see somebody different on the council, that you tell your friends. I need you to get the word out, to make sure that you know that I'm here for them. And I want you to tell your friends to vote for me, and to only vote for me, right? Because you have 2 votes on the council, but you're going to give one to the guy that's going to beat me. And I'm the one that's different. I'm the one, we have a golden opportunity to make sure we have somebody different on the City Council, and that we can do better. Vote Dean 2014. Thank you.
I will echo everyone saying thank you for being here on this warm night. And just to remind you, my name is Mark Arapastathis. I'm just pronouncing it because I get Arapastathis a lot, so that's why they call me Dr. A. I've lived here my whole life. I'm a teacher in your school district, and I think that the one thing that I bring is that I know the streets. I know the people here because I've lived here my whole life. I've met people as I've been out talking, and they'll run into me and say, "Don't you remember me? You were my paper boy when you were 9." And so that's always interesting, or I've played Little League for people. The thing that I'm going to tell you that makes me different is that I listen. I don't talk. I listen first. And that's an important quality to have when you're serving on the city council. You need to listen to your neighbors and fellow residents first. You need to hear what their needs are. And when people say, "What's the most important thing to you? What do you think the most important thing is to the voters?" And I always say, themselves. Of course it is. They have families and they have to get here and they have to get there. Their needs are the most important thing, and that should be the most important thing to the council. Your needs should be the most important thing. Not my needs, not my agenda, but your needs. And so a council that listens is going to put your needs first, and that's an important thing. I have served my entire life, from when I was volunteering at Lemon Avenue to Key Club to Community Service Commission and on. I have a unique position being a teacher that I have the opportunity to see 1,000 LaMasons every day. They drive past me and they're never shy with sharing their needs, concerns, frustrations, and that's good. I think that's one thing that unites us. I've said before, the things that do unite us far outweigh the things that divide us. I think that all of us here are mindful of what you want. I care about La Mesa, and that's why I'm running. So I hope that Mark Arapastathis first on the ballot, first in your heart. So that's what I said last time, but please mark your ballot for Mark. Thank you.